Hello friends, in my previous video I had discussed some important and commonly used Linux commands while we are dealing with files and directories. So without wasting time, let's start today's session. The first thing I will be covering today is how to move files from one location to other from Linux shell, and the command to achieve this is mv command. So let's start with opening MobaXterm terminal. So today also I have made this basic Linux directory as my current working directory. This has some new files also. So before starting with new commands, let's have a look to previous command which I have already taught you in my last video. So if you want to list the content of a directory, then you just have to type ls. This will show you all the files available in your current working directory. And if you want to create a directory, just type mkdir and the name of directory. Press enter. This will create a folder over here which is empty right now. If I want to copy some files, I just say I want to copy all the FASTA files to my folder. If I press enter, this will copy all the files which were having FASTA extension. Now if I want to delete some files from my folder, then I just type rm. Say I want to delete from my folder tpp1 and pot1. Now if I press enter, this will ask me whether I want to remove it or not. So if you don't want the command prompt to ask, then you have to use option -f. So for now I will tell it don't remove. Say I tell pot1 to remove, then I will type yes. Now it will remove pot1 but not tpp1. So if you want the command prompt to remove tpp1 also without asking or prompting before deletion, just use -f before this and press enter. This will delete the file and it will not prompt you. Now let's start with today's first command, which is mv, which helps you to move files from one location to other, as well as it is also used in renaming files or directories. So just to move files from one place to another, you just have to type mv, the name of file which you want to move. Say from basic Linux, I want to move trf2 and rep to my folder, the destination where you want to copy. Now if you press enter, because this folder already has this rap1 file and trf2 both the files, it is asking whether you want to overwrite it or not. If I press and no for rap1, then it will overwrite trf2 but not overwrite or copy rap1 file. So now if you want to tell command prompt don't ask before moving the files whether you want to overwrite or not, then you just simply have to use -f option of move command and type rap1, the file and the location where you want to copy. Now if you press enter, this will move the file without prompting to overwrite it or not. As I've already told that this command can also be used to rename files, change the name of files. For now, let's say I want to copy tpp1 to my folder but with a different name, then I will simply write mv tpp1 file name, location and the new name of file. Say I want to keep it as tp1.fasta. Now if I press enter, this will copy this file, move this file. As you can say tpp1 is not here now. It will be copied here but with a different name. And to rename a directory, you just have to type move, the name of directory you want to remove, the new name you want to keep, and now if you press enter, this will rename the name of this folder which you have created. This is how we use move command. The next very important and usually used command is cat command, which is short for concatenate. and is frequently used to print the entire content of a file to your screen, and can also be used to concatenate contents of files together. So to view files, you just have to type cat and the file name, say, and if you press enter, this will show you the content of this FASTA file on command prompt screen. Now if you want to join and see the content of two files together in the command prompt, then you just have to type cat pot1 and tin1. Now if you press enter, this will show you the content of both the files in here. And if you want to save the contents of both the files together in a new file, then you just have to simply give a greater than symbol, name of the file, now if you press enter, this will create a new file. The greater than symbol here tells the command prompt to create a new file with this name, whatever name you have specified. If you see it here, this file is here and have the content of both the files, tpp1.fasta and tin1.fasta. Cat command can also be used to append the content of one file in the end of another file. So for this, you just have to simply use cat my folder. Say I want to append the content of trf2 in the file which has the content of both the pot1 and pot2 file. So for this, I will just open this file in append mode. This greater than symbol tells the command prompt to append whatever is in trf2 file in a file which is already there in the end. So if I press enter, now if you open this and see, this will have content of trf2 as well in the end. One very important and interesting option of cat command is it can also display a file content in reverse order by writing it in reverse order. That is, instead of cat, if you write it as tag and the file name, then this will print the content of file in a reverse order. So if in place of cat, if I write it as tag and the content of I want to see is trf2. Now if I press enter, you can see this was a FASTA file where this header line should have been in the first, but this has reversed the file and printed the output here. Biologists often require add contents of same formatted several files in a single file, and the solution to this is to, let's say we have to display the content of all text files or all FASTA files in a single file, single new file. Then you just have to type cat, say I want to join the contents in of all the FASTA files in this folder. Then I will give the location of this folder star.fasta. Then this will join the content of all the FASTA files which were present in this folder. Now if I want to create a file with all the content of these FASTA files, then I will type a new name .fasta. Now if I press enter, this will join the content of all the FASTA files here and create a new file telomere.fasta in my current working directory. You see this file is here. If you want to open it and see, open. This file will have content of all four FASTA files present in your folder. sometimes we need to view parts of a file because being a biologist we have to deal very big files which we can't open and see its content or what's the pattern, how this particular file looks. Then we have several commands for viewing some parts of file, and first command for this is head command, which displays the first few lines at the top of a file, but you can also tell it how many lines you want to display. To use this, you just simply have to type head -n number of lines you want to view. Say if I want to view only 5 lines, and from telomere.fasta file. Now if I press enter, it will show me the first 5 lines from telomere.fasta file. And if you write head -n -5 and the name of file, this will print all the lines in the file except last 5 lines of this file. Now if I press enter, you will see this will show me all the lines except last 5 lines. You can compare it over here. The tin1 file has the content of this cDNA. And if you want to see the content of 2 files simultaneously using this command, then you have to use -q option with head. Just press type head -q and the name of file. Say I will write it as tin1 and pot1.fasta. Now if I press enter, this will show me first few lines, which is by default 10. When you don't give a number to the head command, how many lines you want to view, it will by default show 10 lines of particular file. So now it is showing 10 lines from tin1 and 10 lines from pot1.fasta files. And the other command is the tail command, which displays the last few lines of a file. By default, it also shows only 10 lines of a file, but you can also tell it how many lines you want to display. Like head, you just have to simply type tail, number of lines you want to specify. I want to specify 5 if I want to view content of tin1. Now if I press enter, it will show last 5 lines of this file tin1. And if you write tail command as -n +5, then this command will start printing the lines from line number 5 till end of that particular file. So if I say I write it as tin1.fasta, now if I press enter, this will start printing the result from line number 5 till the end of this file. One very important command is clear command. As you can see, this screen is completely full. Sometimes you need to clear the screen to start afresh. Then you just simply write clear and press enter. This will clear the screen for you and you can start afresh. Because we are using big files, and if we want to count the number of lines in the particular file, we can't open and see. The very beautiful command for this is wc command, which is also known as word count, which specifically was made to count the number of words in a file. But when we use -l option with this wc command, it will restrict the output to only give the number of lines of a file. Now if I type it as want to see the number of lines in tin1 file, then I will say wc -l tin1.fasta. Now if I press enter, it will show me the total number of lines in tin1.fasta file. Now if you open and see this file, you will see one line greater than the number it has shown. This is because it starts counting from 0. That is why the number it is showing is one less than what the number of lines are there in this file. I want to mention one more important command, which is pwd command, which helps display the path of present working directory where you are currently working. In my terminal, it is already being shown, but sometimes you can't see this current working directory path, and to view this you just have to type simply pwd and press enter. This will show you the path of current working directory. As you can see, the commands you are running in command prompt are not visible after some time, and to retrieve them, Linux has a very beautiful command which shows you all the last commands that you have been recently used. The command for this is simply history. To view the history of command prompt, you simply write history and press enter. This will show you all the commands previously you have used. Now if you want to save all these commands to a new file, simply write history and new.txt. Now if I press enter, this will create a new file, history. Over here, if I open this file, history, you will see all the commands are listed over here in this file. With this, I am compiling this video here, and I will come with some more commands in my next video and finish covering all the important and frequently used Linux commands associated with handling of files and directories. Please do subscribe my channel to keep watching. If you find it helpful, please like and give your valuable comments in comment box. Thank you so much.